All right, guys, today we're going to be working in section 6.2. We're going to be comparing integers, and when we say comparing, we're going to compare them with inequalities, and we're going to use number lines to do that. And when I say inequalities, I mean basically the greater than or the less than sign. So for this first example, they have us comparing positive 2 and negative 6. All right. So here they display a number line, and they graphed positive 2 on the number line and negative 6. Okay. So obviously negative 6 is farther to the left. Now the key here is any number that's farther to the left than the number line is smaller than a number farther to the right. So in this case, our comparison, we're going to say 2 is greater than negative 6. This is the greater than sign. Easy way to remember inequality signs, think of it like this is a little Pac-Man or alligator mouth. They want to eat the larger meal, eat the larger number, right? So the mouth faces towards the larger number. Now, I know you'd think, okay, if this was 2 and 6, obviously 6 is a bigger number than 2, but that's negative 6. It's farther to the left of the number line. Any negative number is going to be smaller than a positive number. Okay, so in this case, 2 is greater than negative 6. All right, let me bring up another example for you. Now here we're comparing two negative numbers, negative 5 and negative 3. We're going to draw this on a number line. In this case, they used a vertical number line. So when you use a vertical number line, the negatives go downward and the numbers lower on the number line are smaller than the numbers higher on the number line. Kind of looks like a thermometer. Okay, so this is a good point. It shows that negative 5 is less than negative 3. The mouth wants to face towards a bigger number. So you're thinking, wow, 5 is less than 3? Well, it's negative 5 is less than negative 3. Okay? Remember, negatives are going in the opposite direction. Okay? So even though you think of 5 as being a bigger number, because it's negative 5, it's actually less than negative 3. Okay? One more example here. Now, some of your problems are going to ask you to list a group of numbers from least to greatest. Now, normally, when you would have done this with positive numbers in the past, you would have hardly have had to think about it. But now that we have negatives, you got to think about it a little more. So really, what is the smallest number in this list? Okay, they're going to graph each number on the number line. So they wrote a number line. They chose to do it from negative 5 to 5, 0 in the middle. They graphed their negative 4. They graphed a 3 over here, positive 3. They graphed 0, negative 1, and negative 2. Okay, and then to order them from least to greatest, you just write them as they appear on the number line from left to right. So the smallest number in that list was negative 4, then negative 2, then negative 1, 0, and then positive 3. Now, some of you guys, this is going to click right away, and you're going to maybe even be bored with it. But sometimes people, don't so easily just start thinking about negative numbers right off the bat. So, you need to be patient and take your time. So you can see the trick of this is where the mistakes are going to come is that you don't take into account that a number is negative. You look at this 1 and you just see it as a positive 1, and you don't account for the fact that there's a negative sign there. That's going to be where the mistakes are going to come. So I'm not going to give you too many problems, but the ones you do, I want you to take your time and be careful of those negative signs. Make sure you know what that means. All right, good luck, everyone. And let me know if you have any problems. I'm going to have my office hour at 10 o'clock.